Hey there guys and guysesses, welcome back to my channel TheTarative and thank you for stopping by. As you'll be able to tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video is going to be about drugs, and more importantly it is going to be me addressing and answering the question, do I take or use drugs, and if so, what substances do I take? Firstly, I would just like to say that I never wanted to or intended to make a video about drugs. Drugs and drug using is such a serious and sensitive topic to be talking about, it's just not something I wanted to address in a video. However, whilst I am talking about it, I am going to be my genuine self and I am going to be 100% honest and truthful with you guys. So with that being said, the reason why I am doing this video is because recently on my tribal dream ring review video, a handful of people have been commenting on the behaviours and mannerisms that I display in my videos. More importantly, people are saying that those behaviours and mannerisms are typical of someone who is using illegal drugs. Basically, people are saying that I'm high in my videos, I'm using illegal substances, and it's even going so far as to asking me what substances am I taking. So firstly, I would just like to share with you guys the behaviours and mannerisms that people are calling me out on. The first thing is the way that I talk. People are saying that I talk very quickly or too quickly at the camera. Not only are they saying that I talk quickly, but they're also saying that I talk very loudly and I'm shouting at the camera, so I come across as manic or hyperactive. The second thing that people are commenting are on my eyes. People are saying that I'm staring a lot at the camera. Not only am I staring a lot, but I stare very intensely, so they're finding that a little bit off-putting, and people are joking a little bit more with this one. They're saying, wow, it feels like she's staring into my soul, and people are saying if she was to stare any harder, she'd be burning holes into the screen. The third one is also to do with my eyes. People are saying that I don't blink a lot in the videos, or I don't blink enough in my videos, and people are finding this very unnatural. And then the last thing, and this is specific to the tribal dream ring video, people are picking up on or commenting on the fact that my pupils appear to be dilated in that video. So yes, I'm not denying any of this. I do acknowledge all of those comments and I agree with them. You can clearly see if you watch my videos that yes, I do display all of these mannerisms and behaviours, and it might seem a little bit odd. But people are saying because of all these four things, it must mean that I'm taking illegal drugs, and that might not be the case. So before answering the question, am I taking drugs, and if so, what I'm taking, I would just like to explain these mannerisms and behaviours a little bit more and explain why I do these things. So yes, I can and I do talk extremely quickly at times. You will notice that my videos are mainly piercing, tattoo or stretching related topics, and therefore when I'm talking about that, I'm very passionate and interested in those things, otherwise I wouldn't be posting about them. But because I'm so interested and passionate, sometimes I get overexcited and I do start talking really quickly. I forget to take a breath, there are not very many natural pauses, and I do understand it's annoying and comes across as manic, and I do realise as well when I get very intent on what I'm talking about, I tend to get quite loud and I kind of forget where I am, and I just get so fixated that I just talk extremely quickly and loudly. And I do this in real life when I'm talking to people, not just talking to the camera, and it's something I've done from a very young age, and I know it's annoying, but it is unfortunately just something that I do. I only really realise I'm doing it after I review the footage of me talking and I realise, oh, actually that was a little bit too quick, I wish I hadn't have sped up so much. And the same for when people pick me up on it in real life. People say, Tara, you're talking a bit loudly, calm down a little bit, and it's just something I need to work on, so I do apologise. Yes, I do have a very intense stare, and I notice I tend to stare more so when I'm 100% concentrating on what I'm saying and I'm intent on getting my point across and sharing my opinions. You will notice that if I'm doing something, so concentrating more so, just using applying makeup as an example. Recently I did a video showing how I used to do my makeup when I was younger. If you watch that video, you will notice as I'm doing something, in that case applying makeup, I'm concentrating on something other than just talking, and therefore I don't stare as much. And also you will notice I'm a lot slower in my speech. In fact, it's probably the opposite way. Because I'm concentrating more so on what I'm doing than what I'm saying, my speech becomes very slow. I'll say a few words to start a sentence, there'll be a 5 or 10 second gap, and then I'll finish my sentence. So I appreciate that's probably just as equally as annoying as me talking quickly, but again, it's just me and it's just something I need to work on. When it comes to blinking, so people are saying I don't blink a lot in my videos. To be honest, this for me comes hand in hand with staring. As I'm staring, I'm not blinking. I kind of classify the two together, so that explains that. The last thing to talk through before answering that all-important question is the fact that in the tribal dream ring review video, my pupils appear to be quite enlarged or fully dilated, people are saying. Anyways, take note of where the blind is in this video and that video, you'll be able to see that actually the blind is in pretty much the same position behind me. The only difference is in that video it is daytime, I don't have any artificial lights on, there are no lights in front of me in that video, there's only the natural light coming from behind me. In this video it's the opposite way. Because it's nighttime, no natural light coming from outside, therefore I have my blind down. But because of that, I've put an artificial light on in front of me. So the main light source is directly in front of me in this video. In that video, it's coming from behind me. There is a huge difference. As I get closer to the light source, my pupils get smaller. My iris is becoming more visible and more apparent. You'll also be able to see that actually the outer edge of my iris is quite dark and it's a very similar colour to my pupil. And I'll explain this bit or why this is important in just a second. But for now, the point is, as I get closer to the light, pupils are getting smaller. As I'm getting further away, they're getting larger. Now, in that video, they appear quite large generally throughout the whole video, and that is because the light source is behind me. There is no light in front of me, and therefore my pupils are enlarged to try and maximise the amount of light that's actually in the room, which is limited, so that I can see just as well as if I had the light directly in front of me. So that is the reason. The reason why they might look fully dilated is because, as I've just shown you, the outer edge of my iris is very dark, and so therefore that just exaggerates the fact that my pupils are quite large in that video. So that is the reason, not drug related at all. I would just like to apologise if the background or the lighting in this clip is slightly different to how it was a few moments ago. I am filming this on my phone, which did just die on me a few moments ago, so I had to take it off my tripod, plug it into charge for a few moments, put it back on or rejig it back onto my tripod with the cable still attached, so fingers crossed it will not cut out on me as I finish this video off. So you will have just seen me explain and give the true explanations for the 4 mannerisms and behaviours that people have been picking on or picking up on and calling me out on. Hopefully you'll realise, and I've made it blaringly obvious, that they have not been drug related at all, okay? So as I answer this all important question, the answer is probably not going to be too much of a shock to you guys. So, am I taking or using illegal substances or illegal drugs? And of course the answer is no. I'm not taking drugs right now. I have never even taken illegal drugs or substances in the past, and I definitely do not plan to do that in the future. None of my videos have I been high. If anything, I've just been slightly overexcited, okay? So all natural, nothing to do with illegal drugs or substances. Some of you may think I'm lying, but honestly, if you knew me in real life, you'd realise how ironic this video is in a way, because I'm completely anti-drug, okay? And when I say anti-drugs and also refer to drugs and substances, I include weed as illegal. I'm in the UK, it's an illegal substance here. I know it isn't necessarily where you guys are maybe watching from, but it is here, so that is included. Never tried it, never wanted to. When I say I'm anti-drug, I don't mean I'm against people who take drugs or think any less of them or have strong opinions about them. Not at all. I just mean, for me personally, not into drugs, not something I want to do, never been inclined to do it, and I don't intend to in the future either. Even when it comes to alcohol, it's been nearly 2 years since I've consumed a drop of alcohol, and that has been a conscious decision that I've made. So I hope this has clarified it a little bit. As I said, the reason for me doing this is because on the Tribal Dream Ring review video, a handful of people were commenting, and I noticed that actually by me not replying and by me not addressing it, it's having a little bit of a snowball effect, and I feel that if I didn't address this now, it could become a little bit more serious in the future. If you do feel like I've missed anything out, then let me know in the comments below, ask away anything, of course I will answer them, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys in a future video.